a breath of fresh air for some Florida teens in foster care. SailFuture has been teaching economically disadvantaged kids in the Tampa Bay area how to operate sailboats since 2013, and now they've recently launched a free private high school with a unique curriculum aimed at equipping teens with the skills and resources necessary to achieve life and achieve financial independence. It's tonight's America Strong.
All right, before we can light these engines up, what do we got to do?
Check coolant levels.
16-year-old Bobby Bias didn't always have the answers. Up until last year, he'd never even been on a boat. As Bobby entered foster care last year, surrounded by strangers, he says he was closed off with a bad attitude and felt directionless living at a group home.
Most of the time, it was just hard there. At my other group home, none of the kids were really tight, close together.
But Bobby says everything changed when his friend Blake told him about a program that offered housing and a different approach to foster care. It would eventually become his family.
I've seen how he was at his other group home. Now I look at him as a little brother.
When I moved in here, I feel like I had a support system. I feel like I had people that really cared about me.
Bobby says his life has been changed by SailFuture, an innovative program looking for ways to get troubled teens engaged, most notably through sailing.
Trust and relationship building. When you're on a sailboat, you have no choice. You have to work together as a team. You have to build that foundation of a relationship.
Michael Long is the man behind the organization. It started off in 2013 when he volunteered to run an after-school sailing program for teens at risk of being expelled from their schools. Today, the program has morphed into a new co-ed, tuition-free private entrepreneurship high school that recently opened in St. Petersburg, with high hopes of teaching students how to think critically and solve real-world problems. Sailing is just one part of their hands-on curriculum.
Just as we use sailing as a vehicle to teach leadership, teamwork, trust, respect, we've used construction to do the same. The project-based nature of the education is what allows them to grasp the concept that the common standards want us to teach. It's just doing so in a different way.
It may bounce off Tyshawn's forehead.
STEM instructor Marvin Peoples taught in Florida's public education system for 15 years before coming to SailFuture. He says even though lesson planning can be challenging, he's never had this much undivided attention from students.
They definitely show greater interest.
And progress.
Absolutely. I wasn't really as efficient as teachers when we were teaching to a standardized test or having them memorize something that they don't have any interest in. And this right here was just a different opportunity.
With its recent launch, the school is all digital. Textbooks and lesson plans come from computers, and there are no letter grades. Students instead get detailed, personalized feedback on where they're struggling and excelling relative to Florida's state academic standards. College isn't necessarily the goal for these kids upon graduation. It's financial independence. Students must come from households living under the poverty line to qualify for admission at SailFuture, which is funded by government vouchers and private scholarships.
For students that want to go on to college, they're going to be just fine. For students that want to go on to become small business owners, they've got the skills and the experiences and the network to go on and do that day one.
Pretty much right there.
I'm 16. I have construction all day today. So right now we're trying to build a small business, and we're building benches.
I wanted to be a computer engineer, so they started making me do JavaScript and stuff like that, getting me on coding, and that's pretty hard. This is what I've been looking for and learning, to be honest, because I didn't like the way other schools were really teaching me.
Back out on the water, students are busy gearing up, rigging the sails, and even take the helm as part of the crew of 8. Expeditions can range from a few hours in Tampa Bay to a 3-month journey along the East Coast. The hope that the bonds made and lessons learned can have a lasting impact.
2 kids in my house that lived with me in my other group home. We used to argue a lot, and now we argue about who can sail better. I didn't know what I want to do. Now I want to be a captain, chartering boats like this.
CEO Michael Long says it's that turnaround of Bobby's mindset and so many other Florida teens that puts SailFuture's mission into perspective. He was once a troubled teen himself who lived on a sailboat out of necessity.
We are quite literally breaking these cycles of poverty and abuse and paving step-by-step pathways to economic freedom and social mobility. And I can't think of anything better to be doing with my time and energy.
For ABC News, Victor Oquendo in St. Petersburg, Florida.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.